Yes, these 10 curly hair truths will hurt your feelings, but I promise they're gonna help your curls. Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're brand new here, hi, my name's Courtney, and this is the curly hair advice I would give you if I wasn't afraid to hurt your feelings. Honestly, these are the things that I wish somebody had just ripped the band-aid off and told me back when I started embracing my waves and curls. So if you are on a journey to have the absolute healthiest hair of your entire life and embrace how you are fearfully and wonderfully made with your wavy curly hair, please feel free to subscribe and click that notification bell. I would love the opportunity to get to hang out with you again sometime in the future for all the wavy curly hair science experiments, to hang out and chat all things waves and curls. But here we go. Here are the things that you need to know. Number one, you won't put in the effort it takes to actually learn your curls, and you will probably give up and quit. I have seen it time and time again with people beginning to play around with scrunching gel into their hair and plopping, and they get so excited.
Wow, that is crazy considering how much product I put in my hair. It feels so lightweight. Oh my god. How is this my hair? I can't believe it.
With their hair. Like, they see the potential that's there. But then after 1 month of consistently putting in effort, or 2 months, or maybe even 3 months, they give up. Again. Again. They say, this is not for me, my hair's not actually wavy curly, this is hard, I'm gonna go back to heat styling my hair, blow frying it and flat ironing it into submission, perhaps throwing in some curls with a curling iron from time to time. And if that is you, I totally get it. I really do understand. No hard feelings. You don't have to do this. But the fact of the matter is that wavy curly hair by nature is just simply higher maintenance. I know, we started this process with starry-eyed dreams of scrunching some gel into our hair and flipping it back and forth while we air dried and living our best lives as beachy, spirally goddesses. That's not the actual reality. Expectations and reality are vastly different when it comes to curly hair in that instance. The shape of the hair follicle actually makes waves and curls more prone to dryness, frizz, and inconsistency. And the hair cuticle on wavy curly hair can get lifted up more easily than on straight hair. But here's the thing. Once you figure out your specific waves and curls, it is absolutely, dare I say, life-changing? I absolutely know that was the case for me. I used to be a terribly insecure person, always thinking that there was something wrong with me that was broken, that needed to be fixed. But when I realized that my hair wasn't poofy, floofy, frizzy, or bad hair, that it was in fact actually wavy curly and just needed to be nurtured and nourished and loved on, it somehow unlocked this deep, deep, deep self-acceptance, and I could finally rest in how I am naturally, which is lovely, and I want that for everyone. The time you spend investing in figuring out your curls is time well spent. There are no bad wash days, there are just wash days that we learn from. Your current waves or curls are not bad curls. You're just learning. And I can 100% guarantee you will get to a point where your curl routine is actually faster than your old straight hair routine. It just takes time and practice. Think of it like this. Back in that special time in every girl's life where somewhere in middle school, her mom stops doing her hair and the girl takes over doing her own hair, it takes an excruciatingly painful 2.5-hour process to wash, condition, and blow dry, perhaps bust out the flat iron and the curling iron to fully style that head of hair. But that same girl that took 2.5 hours to do her hair in middle school gets her routine down pat, and by graduation senior year of high school, what do you know? She can wash and style her hair in 30 minutes and be looking better. I guarantee you her hair looks better then than when she was first learning how to style it in middle school. Same thing with your waves and curls. When you first start learning to style your waves and curls, it will be 2.5 hours and it will be awful when you are done. However, once you get the routine down pat, you can probably get your hair from dirty to dry and styled in 25 minutes. In fact, if you need inspo for an insanely fast curly hair routine, please feel free to check out this video. It's really nice. I love this routine when I need to be washed and styled very, very quickly. Hard truth number 2, figuring out your curly hair costs money. I don't know about you, but I had this misconception when I started embracing my waves and curls that I was going to use a Dollar Tree conditioner to co-wash and condition my hair with, and a Dollar Tree gel to scrunch gel into my hair, and I was going to have better, healthier, shinier, more majestic hair than I'd ever had in my entire life. I had this expectation that I was going to buy one set of products and use them for all eternity. But the truth of the matter is that different hair porosities, textures, densities respond differently to different products and techniques. Products can be protein rich, moisture heavy, lightweight, hard hold, light hold, etc.
If there's any known aliases, etc.
Trial and error is simply unavoidable when it comes to figuring out your own waves and curls. There's no one size fits all perfect routine for every single head of hair on the planet currently right now. It doesn't exist. And it takes money in the sense that you are purchasing products and you are trying them. You may find that really super duper extra affordable products work consistently well for you. You may find that super duper extra expensive high-end products are the only thing your hair responds well to. And there are products in every price point range that are both high quality and terrible. Even some crazy expensive products I have tried have been horrendous. Is it true that as a general rule, the higher the price tag, the better the quality of the product? I can hear the keyboard warriors in the comments already clicking away, but in my experience, yes, as a general rule, the more you pay for a product, the better it tends to be. That is not always the case. There are exceptions to that rule. I'm just saying that. Okay, also a big issue with the drugstore is that they're constantly switching up formulations and products are getting discontinued. So that can be frustrating. You might find an insanely lovely, high quality, amazing product at the drugstore, and then 2 years later is discontinued or they switched up the formula on you and it's completely different. We love that. But it happens more frequently with the more affordable products. Here's the thing, I know this costs money, but think of it as an investment in yourself. This is something you can do for you. Also, many curly hair brands now offer travel sizes so you can test out the product without committing to the full size. And places like Sephora, Ulta, Target, and even Walmart have great return policies. Utilize those return policies. When you are dialing in your routine, change one product in your routine so that you can keep the majority of the variables consistent and you can tell what's changing and what's working and what's not. And when you change that one product and you're testing it out, give it at least 3 wash day tries before you write it off as not working for your hair. And when you're trying it out, don't try it out 3 times the exact same way and hate it every single way. There are products that I have tried out that I absolutely loathed and that I tried a multitude of different ways and could not stand. And it was on the 10th time using that product and trying it in a really weird way that I finally got the product to work for me. And it's now one of my favorite products. Yes, I'm looking at you in Shower Style Fixer from COURTNEYLF. So don't be afraid to try out a product more than once and tweak how you use it in your hair. Try it with a leave-in conditioner underneath. Try it without a leave-in conditioner underneath. Try it all on its own. Try it layered with other products. Experiment. Play around. Enjoy the process of the experimentation. Hard truth number 3. It's not your haircut. It's your application technique. Yes, the shape of your hair matters, and the 3 pillars of an insanely good wavy curly hair wash day are your haircut, the products you pick, and your application technique. But the thing that people screw up the most is how they're applying product to their hair. You can use amazing technique with your hair with terrible products and still get a good wash day result. What you cannot do is use absolutely epic, amazing products with terrible wash day technique and get good results. You also can have the absolute best haircut on the planet in existence for your specific waves and curls. But if your application technique is terrible, your curls are gonna look like you stuck your finger in a light socket. For years, I got a plain Jane basic wet cut and had some of the best curly hair wash days I have ever had. And I have had curly haircuts that made my curls go flat. To be fair, I have had curly haircuts that have helped my curls spring up, and I have had basic wet cuts that have made my curls go flat. But the main thing is having the proper application technique. Hard truth number 4 is that air drying will never give you the best wash day results when compared with diffusing. Diffusing wins every time. I don't care who you are, diffusing's better. Again, those keyboards be a clackin'. I can hear the keyboard warriors in the comments telling me that I am wrong, that air drying is the only way they have ever looked good with their hair ever. I challenge you, keyboard warrior, to try hover diffusing the entire time with good distance between the dryer and your curls, and hover diffuse your hair instead of air drying it, and tell me it doesn't look better and you spent less time with wet, soaking, drippy hair all over you. Water is heavy and it weighs down your hair and stretches out your curls and elongates your waves. The longer your hair stays wet, the more time gravity and frizz have to ruin the definition of your dreams. There is also some evidence to show that the longer your hair stays wet, the more susceptible your hair is going to become to something called hydro fatigue, which is damage caused by your hair being wet for too long. Please hover diffuse your hair, at least, at minimum. Throw in the pixie diffusing if you want to add some shrinkage, some bounce to your hair, but diffusing always sets your curls faster, can encourage some shrinkage, which equals curl enhancement, and locks in your shape. Diffusing doesn't have to make you want to pull your hair out. With most high quality hair dryers, you can get your hair roughly 70 to 90% dry in 10 to 15 minutes. It doesn't have to take an hour. I do not want you hanging upside down for an hour trying to diffuse your hair. No one should ever have to do that. Get it most of the way dry with the cast from your gel starting to set, and then just air dry the rest of the way. Scrunch out that crunch when it's 100% dry and enjoy your wash day and the rest of your life. Hard truth number 5. You cannot completely get rid of frizz. It will always be there. It will always exist in some way, shape, or form if you have naturally wavy curly hair. There will be some frizz. Frizz happens when a single strand of hair escapes its curl family and starts living wild and free all on its own. And there will be random pieces that are not in a curl family, which makes the hair look frizzy. And due to the hair growth cycle, certain hairs are gonna shed and start growing back, and they're gonna be shorter than the full length of your hair, because that's normal. There will also be some amount of breakage no matter how well we treat our hair. There's a good chance that there is at least 1 or 2 strands of breakage somewhere in your hair at all times. So a perfectly smooth, frizz-free, shiny, ringlety wash day is just simply unrealistic. But here's the good news. Frizz is proof that your curls are yours, that they're natural, and that you didn't artificially create them with a curling iron. The proof that they're real. Honestly, a little bit of frizz is kind of a badge of honor, like, yeah, these are mine. And some frizz can even act as functional frizz, which lends volume and body to your hair. Learning to embrace a little bit of frizz can make your curl journey a whole lot more fun and enjoyable. Hard truth number 6, your hair's not protein sensitive. It's just damaged, or you have very coarse hair. True protein sensitivity is extremely rare. No, your hair is not reacting to the protein or the aloe or the flaxseed or the coconut in the product. Sorry, it's not. Man, I just made a lot of people mad with that one. Most people are actually struggling with products that contain these ingredients because they are dealing with a lack of proper conditioning. Products formulated with protein, aloe, flaxseed, ingredients like that tend to be lighter weight, less heavy, less moisturizing, less conditioning. I'm trying to use terms here to describe a thing. And what's happening with high porosity hair and protein heavy products, while proteins can help reconstruct that super high porosity hair and bind to those holes in the hair cuticle and help fill in those gaps, it can also bind there excessively, making the hair feel really dry and rough and brittle. When your hair is super high porosity and damaged, it means not only protein, but also plenty of moisture and conditioning, which is something that sometimes people skip out on when their hair is super high porosity. They think, I can undo, reverse, reset years and years and years of damage on my hair by using these insanely protein heavy products and reconstruct all of my curly hair dreams from scratch. That's not how it works. And what's happening with coarse hair, giving that protein sensitive reactionary kind of feel, is actually the fact that coarse hair has tons of layers of hair cuticle and tends to have more protein on its own naturally. It needs more conditioning, but coarse hair can be harder to condition properly because of all of those layers of hair cuticle. That conditioning, that moisture won't penetrate into the hair shaft, so you have to use more of it to compensate for that. However, once you start using protein products correctly for your hair, your curls will have so much more bounce, strength, shine, and definition than you thought was possible. It's going to be incredible. You just have to use it in the right way for your hair type. Hard truth number 7. You won't be able to use the exact same 4 products for the next 40 years and never have to try anything ever again. Your hair's needs change with the seasons, your hormones, the water quality, product buildup, color treatments, and perhaps some heat styling that you played around with. Even your stress levels can change what your hair needs. Plus, your hair's porosity, oil production, and even the environment in which you live can change over time. I know how appealing it seems to finally find those 4 magical products that solved all of your problems and gave you perfect hair for like 3 weeks straight, but there's a good chance that you're gonna have to have more than just those 4 products in your cabinet if you want to get the most out of your waves and curls and have the absolute healthiest hair of your life. What this means is that your routine is going to grow and evolve with you. And honestly, it can be kind of fun to play around with a new product from time to time. Hard truth number 8. Your curls won't look the same from now until eternity. Your curls are not going to look the same every single day, especially if you have curls that are on the looser side of the curl spectrum. Gravity really pulls on waves and stretches them out. But even beyond that, into the tighter curl patterns, things like humidity, dew points, the temperature outside, how well you slept, which products you used. Did you use hard hold? Did you use soft hold? All of that affects how your curls look from day to day. The curl pattern you wake up with today may look different tomorrow, even if you did everything right or perfect, which that doesn't exist with wavy curly hair. Another hard truth, perfection doesn't exist. But here's the cool thing about that. Every wash day is a new adventure. It's a new chance to nurture and nourish your hair and love on it and embrace it and play with this brand new super fun toy that you have that you didn't know existed but was hiding under the years of heat damage, just waiting to be unlocked. It's all there for you. The volume days, the days of extreme definition, and we'll just call them the fluffy days. We all have them. We all have days where our hair is just floofy, and that can be fun. They're all part of living on planet Earth with wavy curly hair. Hard truth number 9, your curl pattern will not be the same for the next 40 years. I'm sorry. Hair texture and density change naturally over time. And that comes with age changes and hormone shifts, like pregnancy, postpartum, menopause, thyroid changes, medications, health conditions, and long-term hair practices like hair color and heat styling. Hair follicles can even shrink over time with age. So if you had crazy thick, coarse hair in your 20s, there's a chance that when you're in your 60s, your hair is not going to be as coarse or thick as it used to be. Many people say something along the lines of, my curls looked amazing in my teens and 20s, and I just want to get back to that. And the reality is, those curls don't exist anymore. But that's okay. This doesn't mean your curls have totally disappeared. That does happen in some instances. I found when I was pregnant with my daughter, my curl pattern stretched out a lot. But interestingly enough, my curls came back even stronger once I was fully done with all the hormone shifts postpartum. Very strange. So your curls will absolutely evolve and change and shift over time. With every new phase, you get to play around with new styling tricks, different haircuts, different products, and maybe even fall in love with your hair all over again. And hard truth number 10 is waves are a type of curl. Scientifically, wavy, curly, and coily hair all have curved hair follicles. How curved the hair follicle is determines how tight or loose the curl pattern is. Waves tend to fall under the type 2 part of the curly hair chart. I don't love the curl type chart, but that's where waves typically fall. And wavy hair can have the same fundamental issues that curls do. Difficulties with frizz, shine, holding on to moisture and conditioning levels in the hair. The hair can break and snap more easily than straight hair. So if you have wavy hair, you're not disqualified from enjoying your waves and curls. You're not disqualified from scrunching gel into your hair and plopping and diffusing. You are in the curl club. Don't let anyone, including yourself, imposter syndrome is a real thing when it comes to wavy hair, minimize your hair just because it's not ringlets. There's no cash prize for ringlets. Nobody shows up to your front door with a big giant check if you have ringlety hair. There's no cash money prize for a ringlet. It's very sad. Wavy hair deserves the same care, love, nurturing, nourishment, and attention just like every other curl. I am speaking from personal experience. When I shampoo, condition, and air dry my hair, it looks almost completely straight. But when I shampoo, condition, organize my curl clumps, and scrunch gel into my hair, there are pieces that kind of do the full spiral thing. There are pieces that do just the wave thing. It's wavy curly. That's the handle. Swavy curly Courtney. Swavy is an S wave. It's a type of curl. All right, guys, I sure hope I didn't hurt your feelings too much. I hope I actually encouraged you with this video. Those are the 10 harsh truths that I wish somebody had told me when I first started this process way back in 2018 of figuring out how to care for my waves and curls. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does let me know that the video accomplished its purpose in that it was actually helpful. That's why I'm here on the internet. I want to be as helpful as humanly possible to you and your healthy hair journey. So let me know if I did that by giving this video a thumbs up, and if you could share it with a friend or even in your favorite curly hair Facebook group. That would mean a lot to me. That does help out the channel. I greatly appreciate it. As always, I sure hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.